nothing that happens is without purpose, not even for a moment. There are seasons in your life when the universe begins to take things away from you. Not gently, not slowly, but all at once. People leave, plans collapse, money disappears. Your health, your confidence, your direction. Everything begins to fall apart like sand slipping through your fingers. And you sit there asking, why is this happening to me? What did I do wrong? Why does everything I love have to be taken away? But what if you aren't being punished? What if you're being purified? What if the universe is tearing apart the life that was too small for the person you are becoming? There is an ancient truth from the Katha Upanishad that says, Avidyai mrityum tirtva vidya amritam ashnute. You cross death by walking through darkness, and through knowledge you find immortality. In other words, before something divine is born in you, a part of your old self must die. And that death does not always look poetic. Sometimes it looks like depression. Sometimes it looks like distance. Sometimes it looks like an empty bank account. Sometimes it looks like being alone in a room you once shared with someone who promised forever. The universe takes everything away, not to destroy you, but to strip you down to the truth of who you are. You see, when life becomes quiet and empty, when your hands hold nothing, when your heart feels raw and exposed, that is when you begin to hear what you were meant to hear all along. Loss is not the absence of love. Loss is the doorway to clarity. Think back to every time your life changed dramatically. Before the new chapter arrived, the old one had to collapse. A relationship had to end. A job had to break you. A dream had to fall apart. A version of you had to crumble. Transformation never begins in comfort. It begins in ruin. But here's what your mind forgets. When the universe pulls something away, it is only because your spirit outgrew it long ago. There are people you love who cannot come with you to the next phase of your life. There are habits that cannot survive your expansion. There are beliefs that cannot live inside your awakening. There are dreams that belong to your past self, not your future self. So the universe removes them, not as cruelty, but as alignment. Sometimes the universe does not give clarity, it gives collapse. Because collapse does what clarity cannot, it forces change. When your life falls apart, you're not being abandoned, you're being rebuilt. There is a painful beauty here, if you can look closely. When the wrong people walk away, you discover how strong your heart truly is. When plans fail, you learn the art of surrender. When the ground disappears beneath your feet, You learn to trust the sky. You see, destruction is not the end of the story. In Vedic wisdom, destruction is sacred. Lord Shiva's dance, Tandava, is not evil. It is the dissolution of everything false, so truth can emerge. Your life is going through a Tandava, a cleansing, a burning, a removal of everything that cannot hold the weight of your destiny. You may feel like you're losing everything, but the truth is, you are losing only what was never yours in the first place. The friends who left, their chapter with you was complete. The job that died, your growth no longer fit inside its walls. The dream that collapsed, it was too small for your spirit. The relationship that broke you, it was preparing you for the one that will build you. Pain is the universe's last attempt to get your attention before it changes your life completely. So if everything is falling apart, sit quietly. Breathe. Listen. Something is trying to be born inside you, and the birth of a new self never feels peaceful. It feels like confusion. It feels like grief. It feels like longing. It feels like emptiness. But emptiness is just space. Space for something greater. The Brihadaranyaka Upanishad says, Asato ma sadgamai. Lead me from what is false into what is real. That is what the universe is doing, taking away what is false, what is temporary, what is misaligned, what is limiting you, what was built from fear instead of truth. Your ego calls it loss. Your soul calls it liberation. One day you will look back at this season and realize nothing was taken from you. Everything was returned to its rightful place. Everything that left was a weight. Everything that stayed was love. Everything that collapsed was a foundation made of sand. Everything that survived was meant to build your future. You are not being punished. You are being prepared. Prepared for a deeper love, a higher purpose, a clearer path, a stronger self. And when the new chapter begins, when life gives back 10 times what it took, you will understand why nothing made sense before. You will see that the universe was never against you. It was always guiding you, protecting you, rearranging you, carving you, positioning you. Every ending was a beginning in disguise. Every loss was an answered prayer. Every emptiness was a sacred reset. So if the universe is taking everything away from you right now, do not break. Bow your head, place your hand on your heart, and whisper, I am ready for the life being built for me. Because the moment you surrender to the loss, the rebuilding begins.